Fellow art enthusiasts, welcome to our channel. Before we immerse ourselves in the captivating narrative surrounding Vincent van Gogh and his profoundly resonant self-portrait featuring a bandaged ear, we warmly encourage you to subscribe to our channel and express your appreciation by clicking the like button if you find explorations into art history as enriching as we do. Have you ever stood before a self-portrait and felt an almost tangible connection to the artist's inner world? A silent dialogue bridging the vast expanse of time. Van Gogh's self-portrait with his bandaged ear is precisely such a creation, a stark and unvarnished window into a period of intense personal upheaval, meticulously translated onto the canvas with a visceral emotionality that continues to captivate and move viewers across generations. It transcends a mere depiction of physical injury. It serves as a deeply poignant and multifaceted exploration of human suffering, the indomitable spirit of resilience, and the unwavering commitment of an artist to his creative vocation, even when confronted by profound and deeply personal crises. This singular image has become firmly entrenched in our collective cultural consciousness, functioning as a potent and enduring symbol of the struggles inherent in the artistic pursuit and the often complex and intertwined relationship between the artist's lived experiences and the tangible manifestations of their creative output. To truly grasp the profound weight and multifaceted significance of this particular self-portrait within the broader context of art history, it becomes essential to situate it within the intricate tapestry of Vincent van Gogh's personal life trajectory and the evolution of his distinctive artistic language. By the latter part of 1888, Van Gogh had made the pivotal decision to relocate to Arles, a sun-drenched town nestled in the south of France, a period that he initially envisioned as the dawn of an artistic utopia. It was here that he harbored aspirations of establishing a vibrant and collaborative community of artists, a shared space where creative energies could converge and mutually inspire. Paul Gauguin, a painter for whom Van Gogh held immense admiration and respect, answered his invitation and joined him in Arles for a relatively brief but undeniably intense and ultimately tumultuous period of cohabitation and artistic interaction. Their initial foray into collaborative artistic endeavors, while holding considerable promise in its nascent stages, soon began to unravel, giving way to increasingly frequent and heated arguments, fueled by fundamental clashes in their artistic philosophies and deeply ingrained personality differences. This highly charged and emotionally volatile atmosphere ultimately reached its breaking point in the now infamous and deeply enigmatic incident that transpired in December of 1888. While the precise and unvarnished details of this pivotal event remain somewhat obscured by the mists of time and continue to be a subject of ongoing historical debate and scholarly interpretation, what we can ascertain with a degree of certainty is that Van Gogh experienced a severe and debilitating mental health crisis, during the throes of which he inflicted a self-mutilating injury upon his own left ear. The immediate and profound aftermath of this deeply traumatic and personally significant event is indelibly etched onto the very fabric of the canvas that constitutes the self-portrait we are presently examining. Painted in the nascent days of January 1889, a mere few weeks following the harrowing incident, the work presents Van Gogh in a three-quarter profile view, his gaze directed subtly and introspectively away from the direct engagement of the viewer's eyes, conveying a palpable sense of profound introspection and perhaps a lingering aura of rawness and vulnerability. His head is conspicuously swathed in a thick expanse of stark white bandaging, a visual testament to the injury sustained, which partially obscures the delicate contours of his ear. Yet despite the undeniable physical evidence of his recent suffering prominently displayed for our observation, there emanates a remarkable and almost stoic sense of inner composure in his overall demeanor. His eyes, though perhaps shadowed with the subtle hues of what could be interpreted as either lingering physical pain or profound emotional weariness, still retain a discernible intensity, a persistent spark of the unwavering artistic spirit that so fundamentally defined his identity and his life's purpose. The characteristically heavy and almost sculptural application of brushstrokes, a hallmark of his mature and instantly recognizable artistic style, is strikingly evident throughout the composition, lending a tangible and almost tactile quality to the image, as if we, as viewers, can almost feel the weighty texture of the encircling bandage and the rough weave of his presumably woolen coat. The carefully considered palette of colors employed within the painting is predominantly subdued and muted, yet each hue appears to have been deliberately chosen to contribute to the overall emotional resonance of the piece. The understated blues and greens that define the fabric of his clothing create a subtle, yet effective visual contrast against the stark and clinical white of the prominent bandage and the warmer, more human tones of his face and exposed skin. In the slightly blurred background, we are offered a fleeting glimpse into what appears to be his personal living space, notably featuring a Japanese woodblock print adorning the wall. This seemingly minor detail serves as a poignant and significant reminder of Van Gogh's deep and abiding fascination with the art and aesthetic principles of Japan, an artistic tradition that profoundly influenced the development of his own unique visual language and artistic vision. The quiet presence of the woodblock print acts as a subtle yet powerful symbol of the artistic realm that continued to occupy his thoughts and creative energies, even amidst the throes of intense personal turmoil and physical recovery. Observe the deliberate and understated placement of his right hand, which rests gently and almost protectively within the confines of his coat pocket. It is a seemingly simple gesture, yet one that speaks volumes, perhaps hinting at a desire for self-protection in a moment of profound vulnerability, or perhaps a quiet and internal attempt to regain a sense of equilibrium and control in the immediate aftermath of a deeply destabilizing experience. At this significant juncture in our exploration of this compelling artwork and the life that informed its creation, if you are finding this in-depth analysis of Van Gogh's life and artistic endeavors to be particularly insightful and engaging, we would be immensely grateful if you would take a moment to once again consider subscribing to our channel and giving this video a thumbs up. Your valuable support plays a crucial role in enabling us to continue bringing more comprehensive and nuanced explorations of art history to a wider audience of enthusiasts like yourselves. Now, returning our focused attention to the self-portrait itself, it becomes increasingly clear that this work transcends the limitations of a mere factual documentation of a physical wound. Instead, it evolves into a potent and multifaceted visual metaphor for the artist's profound inner turmoil and the arduous and ongoing process of healing, encompassing both the physical and the psychological dimensions of his experience. Van Gogh was not simply creating a literal record of an event. He was actively and deeply engaging with his own intense suffering through the very act of painting. The creative process itself served as a form of personal catharsis, a vital means through which he could process and externalize the complex and overwhelming emotions that were undoubtedly consuming him during this challenging period. Consider for a moment the sheer courage and psychological fortitude it must have required for him to confront his own image so directly and unflinchingly in the immediate aftermath of such a deeply traumatic and self-inflicted act, to turn his artistic gaze inward and translate the raw intensity of his pain and vulnerability onto the unforgiving surface of the canvas. The question that inevitably arises in the minds of viewers and scholars alike when contemplating this particular self-portrait revolves around the precise nature and severity of Van Gogh's mental state during this critical juncture in his life. While a definitive and universally accepted medical diagnosis remains frustratingly elusive and has been the subject of extensive speculation, diverse interpretations, and ongoing debate among art historians, medical professionals, and biographers, it is undeniably clear that he was grappling with significant and debilitating mental health challenges. This particular self-portrait offers a profoundly poignant and visually arresting representation of the inherent fragility of the human psyche and the far-reaching and often devastating impact of mental illness on an individual's life, creative output, and overall well-being. Yet paradoxically, within this seemingly stark depiction of profound vulnerability and evident suffering, there also emanates an undeniable sense of inner strength, a quiet but persistent testament to the remarkable resilience of the human spirit. and the enduring and transformative power of art to provide a measure of solace, meaning, and purpose, even in the darkest and most challenging of times. The prominently displayed bandaged ear, while serving as a stark and undeniable symbol of physical injury and emotional pain, also functions as a powerful focal point that draws the viewer's immediate attention to the artist's face, compelling a direct visual connection and a silent acknowledgement of his profound suffering and inner turmoil. Furthermore, this significant self-portrait can be meaningfully interpreted within the broader context of Van Gogh's overarching artistic project and his deeply held artistic intentions. Throughout his relatively short but incredibly productive artistic career, he demonstrated a profound and unwavering commitment to exploring the multifaceted complexities of the human condition in his artistic endeavors, delving into themes of suffering, joy, labor, and the profound connection between humanity and the natural world. His own intensely personal experiences, encompassing both moments of profound joy and periods of deep anguish and despair, became an integral and inseparable aspect of his artistic expression, lending a raw and authentic emotionality to his work. By choosing to portray himself in such a visibly vulnerable and wounded state, Van Gogh was not merely seeking to elicit pity or sympathy from the viewer. Rather, he was offering an honest, unvarnished, and deeply personal portrayal of the universal human experience of suffering, a central theme that resonated deeply with his artistic sensibilities and informed much of his creative output during this period. The intense gaze emanating from his eyes, even though directed slightly away from a direct confrontation with the viewer, strongly suggests a rich and complex inner world, a mind grappling with a tumultuous sea of intricate emotions, profound thoughts, and perhaps even the nascent stirrings of continued artistic creation. As viewers, we are invited not simply to passively look at his physical likeness, but to actively contemplate the intricate and often turbulent inner landscape of a deeply tormented yet undeniably brilliant artistic soul. This invitation to engage with the artist's inner world encourages a deeper and more meaningful reflection on the multifaceted role of the artist, as both a keen observer of the human drama and an active and vulnerable participant within it. The very act of creating this particular self-portrait also serves to powerfully underscore Van Gogh's unwavering and almost obsessive dedication to his artistic vocation. Even in the midst of experiencing a severe and deeply destabilizing mental health crisis, his fundamental creative impulse to paint remained remarkably strong and persistent. This unwavering commitment speaks volumes about the truly essential and fundamental role that art played in his life, functioning not merely as a chosen profession or a means of creative expression, but as a vital form of sustenance, a crucial way for him to process his often overwhelming experiences and to forge a meaningful connection with the world around him. The deliberate and focused act of painting became a crucial anchor in the turbulent storm of his inner turmoil, providing a much-needed sense of purpose, structure, and a vital channel for his intense and often overwhelming creative energy. This remarkable display of resilience in the face of profound personal adversity stands as perhaps one of the most profoundly inspiring and enduring aspects of Van Gogh's life and artistic legacy. It serves as a potent and timeless reminder of the enduring and often life-sustaining power of creativity to sustain us through even the most challenging and darkest periods of our lives. As we thoughtfully approach the conclusion of our in-depth exploration into the intricate layers of meaning and historical context surrounding Van Gogh's self-portrait with the bandaged ear, it is of paramount importance to remember that this iconic work is not simply a static historical artifact frozen in time. Rather, it remains a vibrant and living work of art that continues to communicate with us across the vast expanse of centuries. It serves as a powerful catalyst for contemplation, inviting us to grapple with the enduring complexities of human suffering, the remarkable and often underestimated resilience of the human spirit in the face of adversity, and the profound and transformative power of artistic expression to give voice to the unspeakable and to illuminate the deepest recesses of the human experience. The intense and searching quality of his gaze, even in its slight avoidance of direct contact, the deliberate and expressive application of his signature brushstrokes, the carefully considered and emotionally resonant choice of colors. Every single element of this masterful painting contributes to its profound and lasting emotional impact on the viewer. It stands as a potent and enduring reminder of the deeply intimate and often inseparable connection between an artist's lived experiences, both triumphant and tragic, and the tangible and lasting manifestations of their creative output, ultimately underscoring the enduring ability of art to illuminate the often unfathomable depths of the human experience, and to foster a sense of shared humanity across the boundaries of time and culture. Therefore, dear viewers, if you have found this immersive journey into the world of Vincent van Gogh and the profound significance of his iconic self-portrait to be both enriching to your understanding and deeply thought-provoking in its implications, we would once again like to warmly encourage you to take a moment now to subscribe to the Artologos channel and to further explore the diverse and fascinating array of other videos that are readily available for your viewing pleasure. On our channel, we delve into the lives, creative processes, and enduring legacies of a wide spectrum of fascinating artists from various periods and movements, and we endeavor to explore the rich and intricate tapestry of art history with passion and insightful analysis. Your continued engagement with our content and your valuable support are incredibly encouraging and play a vital role in enabling us to continue bringing you more in-depth, meticulously researched, and engaging content in the realm of art history and appreciation. Thank you most sincerely for joining us on this enriching artistic voyage, and we eagerly anticipate the pleasure of welcoming you back to the Artologos community in the very near future for more explorations into the captivating world of art.